The cassette is integral in making your bike go forward, and the rotor's imperative for helping you slow down that speed, especially in an emergency. And I bet you can't tell me the last time you checked how tight the ones on your bike are. That's okay. The factory would have set them to the right torque before they left there, and the mechanic who assembled your bike in the shop would have double checked it. In my 30 years of being a professional bike mechanic, I've found more times than not that isn't the case. I've had a cassette lock ring come undone and brake failure in 2 separate incidents. At over 40 miles an hour, it wasn't just the Jeepers that got scared out of me. Welcome to Tour de Bike Stage 5. Today I'm going to show you how and why you need to tighten these 2 things up while throwing in a few extra tips to make your bike undeniably more serviceable in the future. This is going to be shorter and easier than the first 3 stages of the tour, but no less important. So buckle your toe straps, let's jump straight into it right now. When we took the cassette off this free hub body, the cassette body was just completely dry. It wasn't lubricated at all. So we're going to refit the cassette, and what we're going to do is we're just going to smear a little bit of grease over the free hub body all the way down on the hills and the valleys of the splines. This will make it go on easier, stop it seizing, and make it a snip to get off in the future. I've had to prize too many customers' cassettes off wheels in the past to want to do it ever again. If you feel like you're getting benefit from this, please share it with everyone you think it would help. Okay, now we've got some grease onto the free hub body. We're going to spin the free hub body round to find the locating point for the sprockets. So on this, it's just going to be the wide valley and the small peak next to each other. And then we're just going to slide the clusters and sprockets on in the right order. And then you just get your lock ring. What I like to do with it is put the lock ring tool into it and then just screw that in by hand until it just mates up against it. Now you might be using a spanner or a lock ring tool to actually do this up. So I'm just going to put this on the tool, on the vise, and then just spin it around and keep going until it locks up. And you just want to do this up to 30 to 50 Newton meters. I like to go towards the high end because I like things not to come undone. I'm just going to give this rotor a clean with a bit of napkin and some disc brake cleaner because there's bound to be some grease on it, even if you can't really see it from when we did the wheel bearings. Now I'm just going to check the rotor bolts, and if I had a Shimano style one with a lock ring, I would just put that on the vise on my lock ring tool and just do it up from there. Again, whichever way it is, you just want these to be pretty tight. Had any aha moments? Pop them in the comments below. Now I'm going to get my skewer and just dip it into my grease pot and just scrape a little bit of grease onto the threads, and then I'm just going to slide that all the way through and fit the other end to it. Now if you've got through axles, what you want to do is just take the axle, smear a bit of grease on it, go all the way around the whole circumference, and you just want to get some on the threads as well so it mates into the thread on the frame nicely. It's no fun not being able to get your wheels out because the skewer won't undo, and it's also no fun cutting the end of the skewer off with a hacksaw. Feel free to hit the like button anytime. That's the rear wheel done and it's ready to go back in the bike. I'm now going to do exactly the same things to the front wheel. Grease the skewer first and then put it back in the bike, and then I'm going to check the rotor bolts and give it a clean while it's in the bike. I would normally do it like this in the bike because it's safer and more convenient. Now you can be confident that your bike will go and stop when you want it to and not the other way around. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that now. And thanks for coming along on stage 5 of the Tour de Bike, where we went and visited the hub area again, namely the skewers, the cassette and the rotors. In stage 6, we'll be looking at the fixing bolts for accessories on the bike and how to grease them up and how to use the correct tools to do it. You won't want to miss this one because this could write your bike off.